This is Movies in Contemplation with Jarokk and...
Oh, am I talking to
Jesus,
you?
yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Greetings, contemplators, near, far, wherever you are.
Ooh, that was lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Oh, my goodness! Y'all, we got a Jarokk pick.
Yes, we do.
We are doing The Last of the Mohicans. What a fucking name.
What a fucking
What
name.
a fucking name,
Yeah.
man. The Last of the Mohicans. We are walking I'm walking the Spirit Road.
Yeah, you did. I came home from work and the house reeked beautifully of sage. I loved it.
I'm telling you, man. I fucking smudged.
You cleansed this place.
I did everything. I cleansed the house. I fucking smudged myself. I was like feeling my Native Americanness. I don't have it, but you know what? I can convert. I'm gonna start living on the fucking plane now, man.
All right. Live in a tent in our backyard.
TP.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yes. I got a perfect place right in the middle. All right. Before I just keep on fucking going, because I'm gonna go. First things first. Let's go ahead and talk about the wine. Now, I had to go to our local market, and I just got something that just seemed very, one with the plains. Shannon Ridge. Now, that sounds a little more like... I don't know. It sounds like a ridge, man. Shannon.
Yeah.
Shannon Ridge. It just sounds like something they'd be, like, defending or something. But head to Shannon Ridge. I don't know.
The Ridge of Shannon.
We'll lose them in the ridge. Like the original settlers who first planted vines here in the late 1800s, this ridge is our family's home. We consider ourselves stewards of the land and are passionate about its preservation. Not only for the great vineyard, but for the many wild creatures that also call the mountain property home.
Home.
That's beautiful.
That is really pretty.
It is.
It's not a bad choice. And it's pretty good. It's different. Like, it's a cab.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. There's something. I don't know what it is.
I agree. I don't know either.
It's a bit of a bite to it.
It does.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to say. Bite.
Bite. Now, moving on over to the handy-dandy Shakespearean notebook. Notebook.
Yeah.
All right. We got sneaping, rug-headed fustularian.
Yes.
Fustularian. A sneaping, rug-headed fustularian. Biting, nipping, sneaping, shaggy-headed, rug-headed, fustularian. Fat, frowsy slut. It's my favorite one. It's my favorite fucking one.
It's not even like the word. It's the definition. Fat, frowsy or
Frowsy slut.
frowsy slut. Fat, frowsy slut.
I fucking love it. Oh, I love it.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, that's that. Let's
There's-
not lose these this
Let's
time,
not
please.
lose these this time, please.
You take that.
Yeah.
Getting angled.
You're getting in position. You're like so ready to talk about this.
I'm fucking ready, man.
All right. Do you want to mention who is what first, and we'll get to the question? Sometimes we flip on this.
Oh!
Oh,
Okay. Let's see here. Last of the Mohicans. Directed by Michael Mann. I love Michael Mann. I'm just going to say it right there. Directed by Michael Mann, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Madeline Stowe, Russell Means, Eric Schwig, Jodie May, Stephen Waddington, Wes Studi, and Maurice Reeves. It's
right.
those are like the tops.
Yep.
But, oh my god, yeah.
okay.
That's the starting and
the starting. The what?
The director.
The
Directors. Alright,
Jarokk.
take me home.
Yes, let me drop you in here. What does this film mean to you?
You know what?
Already started with a tongue pop. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. You know, I do love this film, okay? This is like my guilty, like, pleasure romantic film. In a way. But at the same time, no, because, like, just the history of it is so good. Like, we're talking about the French-Indian Wars here. Mm-hmm. So it's, yeah, I can't remember when I first watched this. I think it was high school. But like I said, this is like my fucking depressing love story.
Yeah, so you saw it later. This came out in 1992.
Oh, yeah, no, I was not. Like, I remember it would, like, play when I was young, but I never really, like, got into it until, like, my later, like high school. I was like, oh my god, this is actually a really good movie. And then one day I was so depressed. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. But I was so depressed. And I just was like, fuck it. I hate the world. I went out, got a pint of ice cream. And this just so happened to have been on like fucking TNT or some shit. And I was just watching it, eating the ice cream. And then I just started crying. And I was literally just like, I was one of those Bettys that just like sit on a fucking couch.
A Betty?
A Betty.
Is that what you call?
I don't know. And that the girls, they're always so like upset and they're eating the ice cream and I was like, ah!
I don't know.
When they're watching their love films.
I've never heard of a Betty. Like a Betty, like if you think of like Clueless, isn't my mom a Betty? Like I like a babe. She's like Betty Boop. Okay,
well I am a Betty, but I was like a Betty that hated life.
Or a bitter Betty?
A bitter bitch. No, there's nothing bitter about that.
No, I guess
Is
not.
there? I don't know. I'm a Betty bitch. All right. No, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I get you.
Okay, dude.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, let's dive in.
Yeah.
So, we get this...
Oh, sorry. I have never seen this film before. I never really knew anything about it. We first watched it when we first started dating, and we barely watched it because we made out the whole time.
Yeah. It was great.
Okay.
Oh my god, yeah! I remember the scene!
What?
It came on! Yes!
Get the fuck out of here, would you? Start, please?
We're going. No, yeah. All right. Fuck it. So, start off with, I believe the year I believe it's, what was it, 1757, I think is what they were, like, saying in the year. And it started talking, you had those, like, the dialogue words saying something about, like, the three men that are traveling. So now we're following these three men that are running through the woods. And they're chasing a deer. And they're running and running. And you see that... I can't tell if this was... I can't remember if this was where we start to see them do the reload while running. But I just love this opener because you've got the three men, the two sons and the father, running on foot after a fucking deer that is, like, outrunning them to shit. And they're tracking it. Like, they're literally tracking this fella. And they catch up, and then the deer just starts fucking booking it. And goddamn Daniel Day-Lewis, fucking Nathaniel Hawkeye Poe.
What a name.
He's gonna fucking just rear up, and then he fucking just pops. And then you see that poor deer that I'm pretty sure went from deer to fucking decoy in a matter of seconds. Because that thing went... and had no life when it got shot.
Yeah, it was just ka-chunk.
But fucking holy shit, though, when that thing gets shot and everything, I was like, oh my, like my heart goes every fucking time. And then we get Chingachgook, played by Russell Means, and Eric Schwag, Uncas. They all come up, and then Chingachgook does like this like prayer to the animal, you know, like, brother, thank you so much for, you know, your food,
your sacrifice,
and all of that. And he even was like, we honor your strength, your speed. Man, that chokes me the fuck up.
I know, you always talk about that when it comes to, like, hunting.
Yeah.
Like, how you wouldn't really, you would have a hard time doing it without, like, doing something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it because, like, in that aspect, it's the truth, though. That's the life cycle. You know, we are meant to eat meat, You know, they are prey. You know, I mean, it's shit like, but it's just the honoring aspect. It's like, I could never just kill a fucking, like, deer animal without a fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like, I could not do it. Like, I hate poachers who will just kill deer, get the back straps, and then throw the bitch off the fucking truck and just leave the rest. It's like, how fucking dare you, number one?
Yeah, it's very disrespectful.
Right. Look at me already becoming fucking native.
It's you.
You know, but I love that. I love that moment. And then they go to a house. They go to a cabin. And we find out this cabin is owned by one of the colonials, John Cameron, and his wife and kids. And they're all, like, in cahoots. Like, they all know each other. John's wife makes, like, a joke. Well, not a joke in a sense, but yes, to Uncas. All like, Uncas, why are you here? Why aren't you married already? And, you know, shit like that. And then Uncas is playing with the kids, and just, it's a really good time. And I love watching Chingachgook when the wife of Cameron says, shouldn't you be, like, engaged, you know, shouldn't you be with a woman? Mm-hmm. And then Uncas starts, like, talking about seeing the kids, and he's playing with the kids. Looking at Chingachgook's fucking face then, just how happy he is like, just so beautiful. It's literally just like, man. And if you didn't know, those two are the only Mohicans of the tribe left. They are the last ones. Right. That is why Cameron's wife says what she says. Because he needs to get the fucking line going again.
Yeah.
You know? Chingachgook's in his 50s. He ain't about to fucking have another child. But... so that, and then there's another colonial there named Jack, I believe. And Jack is trying to convince the other colonials and the Mohawk tribe. They're all trying to be, kind of talked into going to a fort and protecting it. Joining the army. So they do that. You have the chief of the Mohawks and all of the people. Now, here's a fun fact for those of us that didn't know. Russell Means... and the chief of the Mohawks, I think that's Dennis Banks. I'm pretty darn sure. Now, a little history thing. They were part of the protests during... fuck. I can't remember the name. I was just talking about it earlier. Wounded Knee.
Okay.
They were part of the protest of the Wounded Knee. That's how they fucking got this job.
Really?
Essentially, yeah. Because... oh, that was 1973. But fucking Michael Mann was like, I wanted to do this Indian movie, or Native American movie, and I want, like, real people. Like, he remembered seeing them on TV during the Wounded Knee incident, and he was like, I'm going to get these two dudes. So he got Russell Means, who just... amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, Pocahontas, too.
Yeah.
These white men are dangerous. No one's to go near them. You know?
Yeah.
I can't do Russell Means, R.I.P. Russell. But, anywho, I thought that was a really fun fact. That was a really neat thing. Wes Studi, we're not there yet, but god damn it, I can't wait to talk about him. So yeah, they all have that thing. Fucking Daniel Day, the Double D, is... pretty much he just tells everybody, tells the English, go to hell, I'm going to Kentucky. You know? So then they go. And now we got this shot after all that. We have a beautiful shot of Double D at large playing what looks like rugby. No, lacrosse or something. Like a lacrosse.
Well, did they have, like, any type of, like, stick or
something? Yeah, I don't know what they were fucking...
whatever?
yeah, it was like a lacrosse polo without the horse. I don't know what they were doing.
It looked fun.
It looked great. I mean, you know... I love... if I could do that, like, with Justice, I can't do it. But, yeah, that... and now we got this shot. We meet this British officer by the name of Major Duncan Haywood.
Duncan.
Stephen Wannington. I love Stephen. I think he is very... I've seen him in a couple things. This was probably the first, and then was some Tarzan movie with Casper Van Dien that I fucking love. Because I just love B-rated Casper Van Dien movies. But anywho, I love it. But yeah, I love him. I think he's a great actor. We meet him. He now is moving forward a little bit. He gets with Madeline Stowe's character, Cora Monroe. Mm-hmm. Now, Cora, I love it because in this movie also, there's a lot of moments where you can tell that the actors were told, like, Mark here, Mark there. Like, I'm telling you, when she's just staring off, watching the apples being turned into sauce.
Oh.
I'm literally just like, okay, she was told to just stare at her fucking Mark. And is just like, oh. It's like, you're really thinking deep about those fucking apples, girl.
Yeah.
But then again, I do that shit too. I'll just stare off into to a dog taking a shit. And people will just like look at me and I'll just be like, I was having the most killer fucking like daydream dudes. And oh, dog taking a shit.
Yeah, she could have been in deep thought.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. Or maybe she just really liked apples. You gonna judge her for liking apples?
No, especially because cider, I mean, it was probably fall.
It was probably fall, and she was probably really looking forward to her first glass of cider.
Me too. So they go to dinner, or they're having luncheon in the middle of the plains.
In the middle of the plains, there's this whole spread. Like, they're in a fucking 5-star restaurant, but, like, no one else is around. It's so weird.
I love it. Yes, and they're talking about engagement.
And they're in a war, though. So, like, what? They're not worried that something will happen?
He's a British officer. I mean...
Okay, I guess he's... Okay.
And her father's a fucking British officer, so...
Okay.
But, yeah, so he's talking to her about wanting to marry. She's pretty much like, I'm not ready, Duncan, but I'll give it some thought. But more or less, I'm not ready. And now we meet the younger sister, Alice. And she comes out... Oh my God, what an adventure. I can't wait to go find father. Meet the red man. You know,
yeah.
All that.
Have you seen the red man?
Have you seen the red man?
Shut up, girl.
And he's just like, oh, of course I have. You know, but, and then they go, well, no, yeah. So then they're journeying on, okay? Now, before that, we meet who they think, quote, the Mohawk courier. The Mohawk courier. Yes. We meet a courier who we think is a Mohawk. His name is Magua. That's West Studi, Magua. Now, I love Magua. He leads them down a path. The girls, fucking Duncan, and about 18 or so fucking soldiers. Down probably one of the best ambush spots in this fucking movie. But the British back then, well, everybody back then, I don't get it. Single file, be as loud as you fucking can. Everybody's getting fucking natural ones on perception. Like,
there's a bard playing a drum.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But Magua is leading them to a certain spot. And Duncan's all like, Scout, we must stop. The women are tired.
How are they tired? They're not walking. They're on a horse. Unless their legs are tired.
I think that could happen, but I don't.
You got a brace.
I don't ride horses.
I don't either, so I wouldn't know.
But the fact that I just straddled something today and like damn near fucking pulled a muscle, I'll go ahead and say yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Their butts can be asleep.
Yeah. Ooh, that happens in the car.
That happens
definitely,
in the car,
definitely fucking on a horse, I bet.
Yeah, their legs need, but maybe their hands too, from like holding on or like straining. You know, they're delicate, proper women, so they don't really use a lot of...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it could be the humidity. I don't know where
they are. It could be hot. Yeah.
You know, they're not in England anymore.
They're not.
You know?
No.
So they try to stop, and Magua's all like, says something in like Huron. Mm-hmm. And Duncan's like, what did you just say? Said Magua speaks English very well. Understands English very well. So they go on. Cut back to Nathaniel, Chingachgook, and Uncas. They found like a campsite, and they're tracking a war party. Mm-hmm. They discovered that this is a fucking war party. Now, I love Daniel Day's fucking method ass in this movie because apparently, like, in the fucking making of it, he was like running with the rifle in the morning, like to prepare, like he didn't leave the fucker. But it's like great on it, and they also did like a really cool thing. Like they really took him to school, man. Cool. Because he fucking had to shoot all of these different weapons. They brought in a frontiersman to teach him like this shit. And it's funny because Daniel Day was like, when I read in the script that I was going to be running and loading the rifle, that's impossible. Who can run and load a rifle like that? Well, I met a man who can. And it was the fucking frontiersman. And it literally cut to him, like, doing a jog, but he was fucking, like, loading the fucking rifle and then turned around and fucking fired it. And it was like, and that's when, and they had to put weight on Daniel, because they needed him to be more buff.
So, they patted him?
No, he had to drink like this shake or some shit.
Like weight gain? Or
yeah,
something?
Essentially.
Oh
yeah.
No, they want.
And he was like, it was like eating concrete.
He really, because we see him like shirtless and whatnot. He didn't look like, is he like a really skinny guy?
I think so.
Because he did not look thick.
I think he's natural skinny, because he even kind of said, he was like, I don't mind doing anything, but my body hates it.
Oh.
Because he was, because he is. I think he's like, he's just, I've never seen him in any film where he does not look exactly how he is. Yeah.
So that it could be hard for him to gain muscle. So
yeah,
for a movie, I mean, obviously he was gonna lose. He could have lost some weight doing that running training.
Yeah,
because I mean, even just with the full movie, he runs like majority of the time.
Oh, they all do.
They all do, and he looks like he's flying.
Yeah. And
so
fucking Russell Means was like 55.
Wow.
And Michael Mann was even like, he was like, Russell was a 55-year-old man who was fine with being 55 and kind of, I guess, being overweight or something like that. But in like 6 weeks, Russell like started running and like did everything so that he could fucking run.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it was,
but yeah, that's why I'm thinking the weight gain stuff for Daniel Day were to help him probably maintain, if not maybe gain a little more mass.
Right.
Because that running will make it super skinny.
Yeah. So we got them, and then Magua starts to walk back to the line, and I feel so bad for this fucking soldier. He goes up to a soldier, he fucking lets his tomahawk out, right? And then this fucking soldier turns and he smiles.
Oh my god.
He literally is like, hello, friend. And Magua just takes his fucking tomahawk right into that fucker's neck.
Jesus.
And he's just like, Dah! The gray hair will die.
It took me a little bit to realize who the gray hair were. It was the English dudes.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Because they have they wore the gray hair.
The wigs, yeah. I just didn't put two and two together. I was just bored.
Know that when you die, your seed will be put under my I love that he calls his children the seed, your seed.
Well, yeah, because it's not really calling them a live being.
Yeah.
You're just spew.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't even think of you as...
Know that your line will never... Well, seed, flowers bloom.
Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah.
Well...
So, and then Daniel Day comes in. We got Hawkeye.
I love that it was Hawkeye, because I can't help but think of Avengers.
I know. Yeah. Nathaniel Hawkeye.
That's so like, Nathaniel Hawkeye. And he's like... Because he's not fully... He's not
Native at all.
He's not Native American at all.
Nope,
he was like...
Chingachgook found him with, when I guess Chingachgook was with the French, because the French, I guess, occupied first. Mm. So he was with some French trackers, found the child, his parents dead, so Chingachgook adopted him. He took him in. Which, from what I think, if my research tells me, is actually a thing. Like, the Native Americans back then were so, like, welcoming and, like, would take in refugees, whites, like, children, like, they weren't... It really is... it's just a crock of shit that in a lot of ways we were brought up to think that they were, like, just savages
yeah.
and fucking shit like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Pocahontas, alright? Savages is a really fun song. But it's like, but also, to defend in that fucking song, which both sides, like, they're really, both sides are calling each other savage.
Yeah.
Enough of the race.
Yeah.
Going back.
Okay.
Yeah. I just hate that they're, we were, how we're taught to think that they're all just savages.
Yeah.
And shit like that. And it's just like.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah. We didn't learn any of the good things. But again, that's America. Like, we will never, America doesn't want to be looked like we did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's, but getting off of that. And back to the film. So, Chingachgook took him in. And we learned that because now they're journeying and they come across the house, the cabin of the Camerons.
Yeah.
And I love this scene because Uncas, Chingachgook, they're all fucking like, oh my god, like, they got John. Like, they got as well. And, of course, the Monroes and Duncan are like, okay, we need to bury these people. Mm-hmm. And they turn around, no, keep going,
Yes.
And she's like, excuse me, sir. Well, I can't remember the fucking words that she uses verbatim, but she's pretty much just like, your indecency is far crueler than, my ignorance, or some shit like that.
Yeah,
but
no,
essentially,
I getcha.
she's fucking saying, you're a fucking asshat. These people need to be buried just because they're strangers, shit like that. And then he turns around and he fucking starts walking up to her, and he's got that alpha in him,
Yeah.
He's got that alpha. He's walking. And you could tell he's fighting tears, man.
Yeah.
And he's just, bitch. And then she gets up and she even stumbles. She's like, fuck me.
Yeah.
And then he gets up there and he just goes, Miss Monroe, you're going to turn around and you're going to start walking. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
But he's like, and they're not strangers. And they stay as they lay.
Yes.
That wasn't his.
It's alright. There you go.
Fuck yeah, third time's a charm.
But didn't
So
he,
they stay as they lay. That's a title.
Didn't he mention that it would be bad to bury them because that leaves a track
It would
or
tell
something?
them, so if they moved the bodies or did anything, because the war party got them.
Yeah.
The war party fucking got
So
them.
if they lay there, they just look like they were casualties of war.
Yeah,
not-
nobody tampered with them. Then
Right.
whoever was tracking them, which they were being tracked,
Yeah.
would know, okay, somebody buried what we just fucking did.
Yeah. Okay.
This must be them, because they're trackers, you know?
Yeah.
Daniel Day and, fucking Nathaniel, he's a tracker. They all are. So they're like, if we tamper with them, then whoever's looking for us is going to know that we came here.
Yeah.
So, leaving no stone unturned.
Yes.
So then they're walking through, they go to a fucking Indian burial ground, and they pretty much go inside. And the Huron with the French, when the French trader was, get in there, let's go, we got to search. And the Huron are like, fuck you. No, we're not going in there. Turn around, like we're leaving. And I love because that's where Nathaniel and Cora start to talk and start to build this relationship.
Yeah.
Now, we have, just like in your last film, the unsung hero was Chocolat.
Yes.
The unsung fucking lovers, Uncas and fucking Alice.
Yeah.
And it just, man, it boils me that I didn't get enough, more of them.
You can almost miss it.
Yeah, you really can.
Yeah, I really had no idea until I looked up the synopsis and a little bit of the plot summary after we watched it before. I'm like, I don't even wait, there's two lovers?
Yeah, it
I
drives
don't
me
fucking
nuts.
remember that.
It drives me nuts. Because when I was I guess a kid, and when I was watching it at a younger age until high school, I couldn't believe, I would always be so confused by the ending with her and Uncas.
Yes.
Because I was like, huh? And I always took it as, oh well, she's probably gonna, get and was like, better to die, you know.
Yeah, or I thought that because I don't know if it was, I mean, if it was a love story, cool. But I guess at first to me it was like they've been through a lot together.
Yeah.
And what you just said, I'd rather be close to someone who has protected me than to who knows what could have happened to her.
Exactly.
Like the worst. Like I would rather.
Fucking Nathaniel pretty much says it like at the end when he's like, you know, when he's all like, I will find you no matter what. You just stay alive.
Yeah.
They're gonna do shit to you. Whatever they do. He essentially is saying they're gonna rape you. They're gonna fucking do this. They're gonna do that. Don't fucking lose yourself.
Yeah.
Don't kill yourself. Don't die because I will be right there.
Yeah.
No matter how long it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
How horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a love. I stand by it.
I'm there for that.
If you really think, contemplators, if y'all really think that in that middle bit when they get to the fort, that she was just sick and just wandered off so that Duncan and fucking Cora could talk, fuck no. She was looking for Uncas. Fuck Mr. Phelps. She did not go to Mr. Phelps. She went to fucking Uncas.
Hey.
And she got her Phelps. So.
Oh my God.
I got it all planned out, man.
I love it.
So, yeah. They have that moment. But yeah, Uncas, because he grabs her down, he's all like, get down. Mm-hmm. And he like holds her. And then that's where she's kind of like, she holds back because she's nervous as shit, maybe, you know. And I don't know the age range. They try to play Alice off to be so young. She must be like 14, 15. At this time, take it back. I see your face already. At this time, though, that's normal.
That's true.
And 14, 15, that is when most people's sexual urges start to
and like
come about.
Cora, how old would you say she is? Like 18?
I'd assume. I mean,
that's what she should have been, but she did not. No.
Again,
she looked like she was in her 30s.
I mean, we still do that though.
We still do that, I know.
For film, and I mean, rightfully so.
Which is fine because, you know, we
if you're gonna have a love scene with somebody underage,
or someone that even looks underage, is very uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So better to have to know that the actress is at least of age.
Yes.
Even if they're playing, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
I personally probably don't. Well, no, unless I was like writing a fucking novel about myself. I don't think I would want anybody. I would want to read. Damn. Now I don't know. Like coming of age stories, you know?
Oh, well, coming of age stories. I mean, yeah. If the love interests are the same age,
I mean, fuck,
or they resemble the same age.
Yeah, I mean, you got the giver, catcher of the rye. I mean, fuck, there's sexual shit in there and there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking mainly like if the age range was different, like
between Nathaniel and
no, just anyone, someone younger and then someone older in film. It's uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
See, I think I heard... I don't want to give this, like, movie bad press. It's just something that I remember hearing when we were in college. I think it was called The New World. I think it was... Remember that?
Yes.
And I think didn't it get some controversy because the girl was not of age and they did have some moments with her and Farrell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember if this was true or not.
I feel like we talked about it when we watched this movie like 9 years ago.
Oh, I think we did, didn't we? Yeah.
I just said that.
I know, that's why I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a new thing that was brought up. Oh my God.
No, that was me. That was remembrance. Remembrance.
Okay. But yes.
An epiphany. So, yeah, they have that moment. And then they get to the fort, they meet Papa, the Scottish lord, who, it's funny because I think this actor does have like a pretty thick Scottish dialect, I think. And it's very tame in the film. Like, it's like, his dialect, I fucking catch a little bit of Scottish in there, but man, was he trying to be English.
Okay.
Like, there is a hint of Scot.
Yeah.
And I was all, because they call him the Scotsman. Mm-hmm. Like, the Scotsman. And I was like, damn near the entire film, my first watch, was like, what about this dude is Scottish? And now I can be like, okay, well, that's a little bit Scottish there. That's a little bit Scottish there. I mean, the girls aren't fucking Scottish for shit.
No.
So, yeah. But they meet him, and he pretty much all he cares about, he's under attack. Nobody knew. He sent 3 couriers to this guy, Webb. And that's when Duncan's like, well, one of your couriers made it, and he said nothing of this Magua. And he attacked us, and, you know, and pretty much the fucking papa is just like, so nobody's coming, no reinforcements, da-da-da-da-da. Now, the battle, I really like the battle, like the fort fight and everything. It's, you know, you're getting a look at how everything was, and how they made that fort, that set, that's genuine, man. They made that shit out of, like, how it would have been made then.
Oh, wow.
Essentially. Like,
so it wasn't like fake Hollywood build.
It was real wood. It was real trees that they fucking did in. They did everything very Lincoln Logs. Like, it was all good, man. They used black painted basketballs for the mortar fire, which I thought was very clever.
Adorable.
They were like, yeah, for the mortars, we just painted basketballs black and fired them off.
At least they didn't hurt anybody.
Awesome. Yeah.
Just bounce off your head.
And of course, we brought in Captain Dale Dye again to do like the soldiering stuff. Dale Dye was Saving Private Ryan. He trained all the boys how to be fucking soldiers. Yeah. He did the same thing. Like they were like, we've got all of these extra, like, you know, reenactors, and he was like, good, because I don't want actors. I want people that I can, you know, even if they're reenactors, you know, doing that march.
Yeah.
You know, but I thought that was a really interesting thing as well that we brought him in again. Oh, what else? Yeah, so that fight, it's just epic, and you're learning that the French are moving forward like every time. So, but let's go back to Magua. I want to talk about West Studi some more, like for real, because he blows me away. So he's talking to his French father, and the French papa. I guess those were his daughters singing. I'm assuming, because those girls were not Native American.
No.
Like, I was wondering if they were.
They were
Latin.
singing in Latin. I mean, a lot of songs, like choir songs, are in Latin.
Yeah.
I have no idea. They weren't announced or saying, hey, give it up for the gals,
right,
kind of thing.
He said something, my children, and tomorrow I will do the war song dance with you. And then Magua comes in.
Maybe that is all of his daughters. He likes to get freaky.
I guess, man. Yeah. Well, Magua now comes in. Magua. And Magua comes up. My French father, you know, calls him his French father. And Magua's pretty much saying, you know, I deceived them. The fort is not going to get any reinforcements. They know nothing. The other couriers with me died in the forest. Hint, hint. Well, Magua, now I love it because West Studi, he even said it, like, in an interview. He was like, I did not play Magua as the villain. I didn't want him to be a villain.
Oh.
And I love it because it's true. He's not really a fucking villain. Like, the times. Like, these are just horrible fucking times. But he said it later in the film. He says, the English fucking burned my village. They fucking killed my daughters. I was taken prisoner and was a slave to the Mohawks. Magua's wife thought Magua dead, married a random fucking guy, so Magua could not be with his wife anymore because she belonged to another. His whole fucking world was torn inside the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it's just like what Nathaniel says. Magua's heart is twisted.
Ooh. I get that now.
Like, his heart has been twisted.
Yeah.
Like, that is why.
Oh,
so
shit.
Magua literally has, like, some hardcore PTSD.
Yeah.
Which they should.
Yeah.
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 But that's Magua. And that just fascinates me about him.
Oh, cool.
Because it's literally like, that is one of the most, because again, it's one of our favorite things. Who really is the monster and who is the man?
Yes.
The British come in, burn all the shit. Mm-hmm. He fucking hates. They're allied with the Mohawks, who are apparently in this film, at least, are warring with the fucking Huron. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing that's really, you've got the Mohawks who side with the British for trade, and then the Huron who side with the French. Mm-hmm. All sides are using each other.
Yeah.
Let's sell them this for this and that. It's all a game. Everybody's fucking playing. Step behind the facade. Cue musical number.
Cue musical
facade.
number. Facade.
Last of the Mohicans.
Look behind the facade.
But yeah. So yeah, but man, I just loved it. Like, what did you think about West Studio? Magua. Here I'm doing all this fucking talking.
I know, because it's because you're so passionate about it.
Well, I want you to interrupt.
I don't want to interrupt.
If you have something to say.
What I've been wanting to say, I've said. So I'm just listening to you give me information that I had no idea of. So this is all new to me. This movie is new to me.
Okay, good.
So I didn't really fully get that with him, but you explaining that to me, I don't know, I guess it just didn't come through.
Yeah, and that's why, because
so it could have been just a subtle thing that I just, another thing that I missed.
Right. But Imago even said, like, his heart had just, like, when he eats the gray hare's heart, he will be whole again.
Oh.
So essentially, his heart was ripped out, metaphorically.
Yeah.
But I'm going to eat the heart of this gray-haired motherfucker, and then I'm going to fucking cut his seed.
Yeah.
I'll avenge my children when I rid the world of his seed, and I will regain my heart by eating his.
I did not
Holy shit.
Get that.
Like, woof. So then, to move a little quicker here, fucking Nathaniel tries to, he tells all the colonial men, he tells them, the Americans, if you will, he says, John's home was fucking burned and was attacked, so all of your settlements are going to be... You all need to get the fuck out of here, essentially. And they were promised that if their lands were attacked, the Mohawk and the Americans...
Right.
If their lands were attacked, they could leave.
Yeah.
Well, Papa is not letting anybody fucking leave.
Yeah, he's a fuck.
He's literally like, we're under attack here, we gotta hold this for fucking Britain... And you're all gonna fucking stay here no matter what. Well, we were told that we could leave if our homes are attacked. Our homes are being attacked, so we're gonna leave. Then you'll all be hanged for sedition!
Yeah.
Fucked up. So, yeah. And Nathaniel has that fucking headbutton match. And then we start to learn more a little bit about him and, like, Cora. We start to see a little more. I did like when Nathaniel was talking to her about, I guess, their version of religion, the Native American.
Right.
How the sun and the moon were born and their mother died and the birth. And then he pretty much made Earth mother and, like, the stars are her breast milk or something like that. I don't know. Very fucking, I love it.
I love it.
But, it's, like, very Greek. In a way.
A little bit.
I mean, again, I don't know how many times I talk about the sky mounting Mother Earth.
A lot.
Plowing into her, and that's how, I love it. I love it. It kind of shit's fucking fascinating to me. It's like, man, some of our first religions are just fabulous.
Yeah.
But, they're talking, they're having their little moment. Duncan's starting to see a little bit of fatuation.
Yeah, I love it when... In movies, like, the jealous guy, they are usually in denial, saying, oh, you're this infatuation, this fascination. It's like, can you just call a spade a spade?
Right.
Sorry, dude, it's not, or whoever, it's not going to be you.
Yeah.
Like, it's bewitched. It's always, like, the other person's fault.
Yeah. So let me ask you this before we go any further. What characters did stand out to you? Because to me, so many.
I liked Cora. I loved her bravery.
Mm-hmm.
She was very protective of her sister. She was very strong with her opinions. Like, even if I believe if she didn't have that infatuation with Nathaniel, she would still agree with him in his stance.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just, I want to be with the guy that I like. It's like she believes in truth and justice, and she doesn't agree with her father's, she could have just been like, yes, father, but she's like, no, this isn't right what you're doing.
If he's to be hanged for sedition, then I'm willing to sedition too.
Yeah, but even the father tries like, oh, well, you just have a silly little crush or something like that or whatever. And she's like, or no, he's like...
That was Duncan.
That was Duncan.
Said.
I mean, Papa was like, oh, just because he sent you to say this. Like,
no, that wasn't Papa either. That was Duncan.
I thought it was Papa that said that.
If anything, during that particular scene, I love where you're going.
Yeah.
If anything, during that particular scene, it is all Duncan is very, like, throwing her under the bus. Like, when he says...
He threw everybody under the bus.
Right, he did. But when he says, you're infatuated with him, that's when Papa looked and even had, like, fuck on his face. Because he was like, she fucking loves him, and now I gotta hang him. And that's when he turns and tries to console her, and he's like, Cora, I don't want you to get hurt. And that's where we get a little bit of Scott.
Okay.
I don't want to see you getting hurt, but the man is being judged for sedition. Shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
He was trying to, because it's very, get in it, He was very much giving us that shit, but... Yeah, Duncan was the one fueling it. But when she says some shit to Duncan, that's when the Colonel was like, Cora!
Yeah.
Like, he was defending her up until she insulted that man. And then he was like, girl.
Yeah, but it's like, she wasn't wrong with what she was saying about
Not at all. No, not at all. So, yeah. So, you like Cora. Anyone else?
I like Cora and... Nathaniel's brother.
Uncas.
He barely had any lines, but he had a great presence.
He did.
About him.
Both of them.
Yeah, so...
Him and fucking Russell. I'm telling you.
So present, and it just felt so natural the way that he was. Like you'd swear that was fucking him. Mm-hmm. Which it could possibly be. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just saying. That's all I really have to say about him is just that my eyes would go to him, and I'm always like wondering like, what is he thinking?
See, I love that you do that because I do that with everybody in this film.
Yeah, like what they're thinking.
Everything, even the background people. Like that's some of my favorite.
Like, do you think everyone has a story to tell? Like, they're not just like extras. Just like, here I am pouring some water into a bucket.
Exactly. No. And one of my... God, I was going to save it, but I'm going there now because it's in my head.
Okay.
One of my favorite fucking moments of many, but god damn it, in this film is after the battle later, there was a Mohawk that was, the Mohawk guy that was carrying the wounded British soldier.
Yeah.
And then we get that shot of the fucking Huron dude, and he shoots. And then in the back, you have to watch for this. In the background, there is a Mohawk. The Mohawk guy carrying him. He during like a scene change or something, he gave the fucking wounded dude to Uncas. Now, Uncas is carrying the wounded guy. Nathaniel reaches out, grabs the fucking Mohawk, and the Mohawk is like, does this, and Nathaniel puts his fucking his hand behind his head, and is pretty much just like, brother, I'm here for you. He like moves in, and they have like a sensual moments in the background. And it fucking, every time, man, it like gets me going, because I'm just like, number one, that's great on Daniel Day.
Yeah. That
you're still staying in that fucking moment with that dude, and we weren't even concentrating on you.
Yeah.
Like, bravo. Like, I just love that moment. I love it because it's just, like you said, everybody's got a fucking story to tell.
Everyone had a story.
And I can't tell if that was, because there is a particular Mohawk, because every time they're in that fucking base, Nathaniel's like about to get arrested or some damn
Yeah.
thing. And the Mohawks get up every time. Like all of them will be like, you know, and it's just like fucking, where does my white son go? You know, you got fucking Chingachgook. I just love it. So, yeah, I agree with you on Uncas. He
was good.
I wish, again, I wanted more of them. In some way, but again, I think that would have been like a little like Dances with Wolves if we had another like...
I don't...
But at the same time, I don't know because I don't remember Dances with Wolves.
I was just going to say that before you interrupted me.
Oh,
I
sorry.
do not remember Dances with Wolves at all, only that it has this, it's kind of like Fern Gully.
Yeah.
Or some, well, it's, yeah, and Pocahontas, isn't it like the white man with the...
Yeah, I mean, it's
Native,
essentially, yeah. You know, like, a man learns of the ways of, again, how the indigenous people really were.
Yeah.
And is like, oh, they're not what we all think.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's that Pocahontas. It's that...
Avatar.
It's everything. And I guess it could be argued that was technically the first one. But
Which one?
film.
Dances with Wolves?
Yeah, to express that side.
From what I don't remember.
But I think Wes Studi's in that too. Yeah. Where were we?
They're at the fort base, whatever.
That's right. And then the French come, and pretty much the French, they're saying just surrender. I'll let you all leave.
Is this when with the hat?
Yes, that fucking... Yeah, he does the fucking flip, flop, flip.
Yeah, with his hat. He waves it around like it's...
Very color guard.
Very color guard, yeah, or like a fan.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like a geisha, just flowing and just like...
Oh, the French.
Are glad to die for love. Okay. I still have Moulin Rouge in my fucking head,
Jesus.
guys. I can't get it out. I can't get it out.
So then the French come, and he says, all you need to do is leave. Gather your wounded, I'll take care of your wounded. Get out of here. Wear your colors with pride. Fly them high. You'll be armed. Just go. Go back to England. Okay?
You'll be back.
And then Magua, during that exchange, is literally like, is the hatchet buried between the English and my French father? He's just like, Magua, I have to do what I am told. My orders are to let them go. I am letting them go. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Magua tells everything that I just said earlier about how his family was and how his life is shit. Well, the fucking Frenchman, I can't remember his name, La Massacre, I don't know. But anyway, the French officer is like, he pretty much puts the bug in Magua's ear. Magua doesn't need the French. Magua has the Huron. Mm-hmm. Magua has other people than the Huron to call on to. Wink, fucking wink, Magua. Like, I don't want to have to fight this particular person again, and I'm going to. He's really not going to go home. Magua, wink. So Magua is literally like, light bulb, bitch, So, yeah, and then, again, the fucking British. Let's march down a straight fucking line in the middle of a perfect ambush spot. Yet the fuck again. But again, you gotta give it to the fucking Native Americans with that guerrilla fucking warfare. Because holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
That shit was good. When they're just walking down. And how intimidating it is watching that scene. And you see the one lone guy come out yet again.
Again.
Everybody fucking rolled natural ones of perception. He just comes out and fucking just embeds his fucking shit on that one soldier. And then another guy. It's just one after another, just really quick in and outs of fucking assassination. Mm-hmm. And then the shots start coming, and then the British shoot into one area, and then here comes now shots on both fucking sides, and everybody's panicking. Like, the women, the kids, the men, everybody's fucking panicking now. We get this intense battle, and we have a lot of moments of Cora and Alice, like, just in peril. Like, I love, and again, going back to watching everything.
Yeah.
When they fall off the horse, there is a fucking soldier who is defending them. He puts them behind. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the guy that was wounded that they were carrying. I won't be surprised.
Oh.
Because it's like he was protecting them. He got wounded. Because he did. A dude rode in and fucking, like, cut him. Mm-hmm. And then that's when they ran and she pulled out the fucking gun and was like, became a badass.
Yeah.
And another unsung, Pete fucking Postlethwaite, he's barely fucking in this. He's Captain Beams. He's kind of just there. But he's a big name. But yeah, when she does that shot and she just fucking... I love that, her stance.
Her moment, yeah. She wasn't there to fuck around.
Yeah, Alice is all like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know? And, yeah, you just see everybody getting fucking goddamn scalped and shit going on. And I love, though, when you see Duncan's like, I gotta get out of here. Like, we're losing. I need to leave. Him and another guy get on a canoe. Mm-hmm. Well, the gray hair, I love when that moment where Mogwai looks and sees the gray hair, and gray hair is like cutting Hurons down. The one jumps on the back of him and he parries the fucking tomahawk and then pulls his pistol shoots him in the back. I was literally... That is the fucking, like, cool as fuck. That was such a cool fucking scene. Whoever choreographed that, bravo fucking O. Because that made him just so, like, I love that, though, because it made him, like, he's not a pushover. Like, this guy has seen war.
Yeah.
Like, a dude just jumped on his back and his first instinct was parry.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Ingenious. And then, unfortunately, his poor horse died and he got stuck underneath. Mm-hmm. And that's when Mogwai stops one of his dudes from scalping the gray hair. Yeah. And then Mogwai's like, gray hair, know that when you die, Mogwai will put under your children, Mogwai's under your children, under Mogwai's knife, so that your seed may be cut from the world forever. Fuck, there's not enough wine for what I just fucking said. So.
Did the seduction...
Walking Spirit Road.
Did the seduction already happen? Did we skip the seduction?
Oh, we did.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Just for a little bit. Just to acknowledge that
they had sex.
Well, fine that they had sex, but they finally came together. They are expressing their feelings towards each other. Now,
you gotta give it to fucking Madeline Stowe. That was some realistic fuck. Man.
That was good.
I'm telling you.
That felt real.
There was a moment, though, like, right before that, I was a little like, what the fuck are you doing? Because a guy just died, and she was, like, holding his hand, and then her hand went up to his face, and she, like, rubbed his lips, and it was like, huh? And then right after that, I'm gonna go have sex.
You know what? Seeing some shit makes you want to do some crazy other shit. I'm thinking, like, what the fuck else is she... Not saying, like, oh, there's nothing else to do, but, like, it can be a lot of things. Like, frustration, fear. I mean, she's holding on to something that's good.
Right.
She needs to feel good. She needs to feel a closeness. She needs to feel something.
Yes.
So here's a connection that she has with someone that she could put... You know, who knows if either of them are going to live.
Right.
So, gotta live while we're dying.
There you go. Hey,
yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, that happened, but I guess we can go back to where we were.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if you want to talk more about the sex, we can talk about the sex.
There's only one sex scene. What more is there to talk about?
That's true. Well, I think we pretty much, like, almost nailed it. So, well, with those, we just missed the sex scene, I think. And then the courier. So Webb, the guy that they sent the fucking message to, he pretty much was like, fuck no, you're on your own, dude. And he was only 12 miles away. Mm-hmm. Like, he could have gone and helped.
Yeah.
But he fucking chose not to. So, Magua puts the gray hair, he fucking cuts out his heart.
Yeah.
And he fucking handles that shit and just holds it. And he
him
does a
off.
nice fucking... Oh, he did call him all that shit, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, God. So, he did. So, yeah, and then we talked about the Mohawk guy getting killed. So then they get in canoes. And now it's them and Duncan. And I love it because there's literally like 5 in the one canoe. Duncan and the other soldier in the other. Uncas jumps out, gets in theirs to help them fucking speed up a little bit.
Yeah, because they're not doing well.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh. And then they go down this rapid. And I love it because we talked about this. You had to ask me.
Yeah.
You know, because you were like, what is that fucking smirk when he lands? Like,
yeah.
What is that? Well, he had a
moment. Is that
moment.
how I talk? Is that how I sound?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
He had a moment, Duncan, where he sees this, like, waterfall, and he's like, oh my God, this is it. You know? And then he goes down, and then he just, oh, that was nothing. You know? And then they come up to the real one, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like Splash Mountain when... You anticipate, because you know it's outside when you walk by it, there's a huge fucking drop at the end. But what you don't know, if you've never ridden it, there are a couple small ones that you don't really see coming because it's really, really dark.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
Yep.
Soon to be Princess and the Frog, the log ride. I don't know what they're officially going to call it, but...
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah, they finally are getting rid of Song of the fucking South.
I didn't even know that was still there.
Is that Splash Mountain?
Splash Mountain with Songs of the South?
It's based off of Songs of the South. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-a, Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox. That's all fucking Songs of the South.
Oh, shit.
And that's been at fucking Disneyland since the early 90s. Early 90s.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There's a bluebird on my... Oh, shit. Oh, that's Songs of the... Oh, shit.
Hello?
I'm not even, like, fucking joking. You
Really?
just blew my fucking mind, man.
I mean, that wasn't
I
necessarily...
guess I've never actually seen it.
Okay.
Well, of course I've never actually fucking seen it. But,
yeah,
I mean...
I've only seen it because I knew someone that bought it in Canada. You can, like, buy it from Canada or some shit like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, I
It's
bet
not
it
good.
ain't.
It's not good. But, yeah, they're finally making it Princess and the Frog. I mean... I think that's
good.
I think that's the best choice.
I think that's a great choice.
Yeah.
I liked that movie.
I love that movie. I love the music. Anyway, back to the film.
Yeah, back to music. Oh my God, this fucking soundtrack. There's only like 3 fucking songs.
Yeah.
But holy fucking shit.
Yeah, the score is very beautiful.
Yeah,
I will
I
say
love
that.
it.
Definitely. Very, very beautiful. Something I could definitely listen to when, like, I'm feeling, like, in a spiritual journey and I want to, like, paint.
Yeah.
Drop out and just...
I'd be a liar if I said I didn't have the fucking soundtrack going when I saged the house.
I bet you
when
did.
I smudged.
I bet you did.
I did. I had that one. There was like a fucking Native American dude who was like doing the soundtrack, and he like had a background like techno version.
Oh.
And he was just had his little flute, and he was boo, 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 and he'd be like, hey, and, you know, do shit to the song. I was like, I had that going, and I was just smudging. I was just like, ancestors, spirits. It's great.
I hope you took out the evil spirit.
I did. I opened a window.
Okay.
I did. Pushed him away.
So they're like, they go and like hide in like this really cool like waterfall canyon.
Yeah, it's like a cave.
A cave, sorry, yeah,
Some
not
shit.
canyon, cave.
Yeah.
Really,
So
really pretty scenery, like the mist going by them, and they're getting a little like they're getting all misty and a little damp hair. Oh, because there's so much fucking hair in this movie.
Right.
So much frizz.
So much frizz.
So much frizz was happening because all the moisture of the water.
Yeah. So they were all arguing because they're pretty much like, none of us have powder. We can't fight. If the 3 of us leave, they won't probably kill you.
Right.
So that's why they're all like, we have to leave. Because they're going to fight and kill everybody if...
Yeah. And that
they're
moment when Nathaniel tells Cora about her father.
Yeah, I was actually getting right there with you.
Okay, cool.
I'm glad you brought that up, though. So, I always had a little bit of a problem with this particular moment.
Okay.
Because, not really, but like, when she's just like, what's wrong with my father? And he just looks at her and then grabs her, and then we have like a staged, it's like to me, it's very get to your mark, Daniel. You know, because he just grabs her, takes her down. But that annoyance goes away a little bit because he does whisper. Now, her moment, it's all very, I don't know. But again, I guess Alice wasn't there. Because what just kind of drives me nuts about that is that he takes her, Mark whispers, she freaks the fuck out, we don't know what it is, and then all of a sudden it's a don't tell Alice.
Yeah, because she doesn't want
Alice to know.
Yeah, get upset.
But that's my annoyance, is that she let out that bit after screaming, what about my father? Okay, I'm going to whisper this to you. Oh my God! And then it's a, don't tell Alice. It's like, I don't know. To me, that's very like, but again, they kind of did that shot of Alice not wandering around.
Yeah,
aimlessly.
and I'm thinking because where they are, they're in a cave with a bunch of waterfalls happening.
Okay.
It's probably really hard to hear shit.
All right, now that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, like
why we can get away with that.
If we make it into reality and not a film, of course we can hear it because we have to hear it so we can know what's going on.
Very true.
But that's just me.
Okay, you just justified that for me, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But then, now we get Alice is now wandering off, and we get the final glimpse that shows us her and Uncas are obviously a fucking thing. Because he grabs her, and then they have that beautiful fucking, like, title cover picture moment, and of course, so does
Nathaniel and Cora, they get theirs first. It legit looks like, because it's cut, and if they really wanted to be super cheese with it, it would have kept going and probably in a shape of a cave heart.
That's fucking adorable.
Yeah, but then Alice and they get theirs.
Yeah. So the boys chose. They jumped out the fucking the waterfall.
The volcano.
Now, Duncan I love in this movie. Again, I love the character of Duncan. I know he's an ass, but
I didn't like him until the end.
And you rightfully, I guess so, in a way, you know?
As a first view, I mean, I guess that's probably what I was supposed to do. He's the Gaston, I guess. But no, Gaston doesn't have any redeeming qualities.
Well, no. I mean, in the aspect of wants to marry the girl, is Mr. Big Shot on campus. Yeah. You know, in that aspect.
Okay.
Not, I'm a pompous prick. Because in some ways, okay, if we want to dissect Duncan a little bit, I think in some ways, Duncan knows, because there's that beginning scene where he knows Webb is a lying piece of shit to the Colonials. But then even Duncan is like, well, we're better than them. I think, but again, at the cabin, but it might just be because Cora mentioned it. Like, we need to tend to these people. And he's just like, yeah, we'll bury him. I can't remember which one brought it up first. But he sure as shit when Nathaniel was like, we need to, Major, you were there. Tell him what happened at that fucking cabin. And he was just like, oh, nothing. It just looked like a bunch of savages to me. No shit like that. But anywho, Duncan is all like, you cowards! Calling them cowards for running off. They leave. Duncan tries to fight. They knock Duncan out. Kill the two fucking soldiers.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah, they get Billy fucking clubbed. They they knock the one dude down, and then you see all these fucking hatchets and shit in the background just going fucking ham. Because, and again, they kind of hint at that in the film, where they're gonna kill the fucking non-officers. Yeah. There's no reason for them to live. Officers, you have a chance of living. But if you're just a regular dude, you're fucked.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because who knows what brought them there.
Yeah. So they take the girls, they take Duncan, And we get a fucking music change now. I mean, out of one of the 3 songs, we get a difference. But we get this beautiful song, and Cora bumps her ass up against a branch and bends it. Smart.
She's leaving a trail.
Yeah. Nathaniel finds it. They all start going. And now we're in the Huron, I guess, village or something. And Magua goes up to the great Sachem. I guess is the leader or something. And he is saying, I brought these 2 girls to burn. English officer. They're the gray hair seed. Mm-hmm. English officer I'm going to sell to our French father. And, we're going to be fucking great. Well, in comes Nathaniel. And he is getting his ass kicked walking into this fucking place.
Is he really that hated?
Yeah.
Okay.
He says it. He's like, I am the long rifle, whatever the fuck his title is to them. Because they're feud. Again, the Huron and the the Huron and the Mohawk, they're fucking feuds.
Right.
Nathaniel and I guess the rest of the Mohicans, they're allies with the fucking Mohawk. They get along with the Mohawks.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Huron know who he is and fucking hate him. Yeah. And so he's walking in, and the one guy just kind of pushes him. Another guy comes up. It
gradually gets a little worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one guy pushes, the one guy comes up, fucking knifes him, and stays in his fucking face. Yeah. And is peacocked, fucking circling. And fucking Daniel's just okay, I'm gonna get holding on those beads. And he's just walking in, and then the other guy comes up, and then fucking just Billy clubs his ass right up against the fucking head. Right up, man. Double D goes down.
He does, yes. He does eventually get taken down, but no one really, dogpiles him.
No, and then they throw him in, and Magua, after having this speech of what we're going to do, is all what the fuck is going on? Everybody's fucking freaking out. And then you hear Nathaniel say, Major, speak French. I don't speak Huron. Mm-hmm. You're going to speak French. Translate everything I say. Mm-hmm. Because the Hurons speak French.
Yes.
So Major starts, and I love this scene too, because Nathaniel's saying all this shit, and then the Major's translating. Well, every time they're speaking in France, you can hear the Major very slightly translating it in English.
Yes.
I love that. I was like, oh my god, I love that so much. But it's essentially Magua and Nathaniel pretty much they're bidding. They're trying to get the highest bidder. Uh-huh. And the Sachem comes to this conclusion of, here's what we're gonna do. He says, okay. He says,
I can hear
Alice,
your frustration, okay,
right?
Like he's a father,
yeah,
with siblings, bitter, bickering about wanting something.
That's what he is, exactly. Yeah. And he even has to put fucking Magua on a little leash. Because he's even, a couple times, he's just hey, well, Magua, mm-hmm. But Magua has that where Nathaniel says, oh, well, Magua just wants to be just like the French and the English. Don't you? And then Magua fucking breaks and goes English and just goes, yes! Saying that Magua wants to be like the English and the French. And he even says, because Nathaniel has that line where he's pretty much the French don't want you to do this. Mm-hmm. They don't want you to cause... They made peace. You just broke that peace.
Yeah.
They're going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
And they're going to blame the Huron. And Magua was no, my French father said very clear that he did not want to fight this enemy again. And in my eyes, that Le Marquis or whatever his name was, he's playing both sides of the coin. Because he's going to use the Huron to get rid of them, and then they can just get rid of the Huron because the Huron broke the allegiance.
Oh.
So that way they're not needing to trade with the Huron anymore. That's me. I don't know. That's just a little in my head. And the Frenchman's playing the Magua at it. Mm-hmm. And that's what Daniel Day is pretty much getting at. Like, you can't trust him. Mm-hmm. So the Shashem finally is like, all right, I got to settle this. He says, here's what we're going to do. Younger daughter of Monroe is going to go with Magua. Mm-hmm. Magua is going to marry her, have children, so that the gray hair seed is not wiped out. I'm going to allow him to live.
Oh, God.
That's why
I didn't get that.
Yeah, because Magua wanted to just get rid of the seed. Yeah. Well, the Sachem was like, instead of doing it, you're going to marry her. And you're going to keep the line of the gray hair going so that he's not out of this world for good.
Yeah, completely white.
The English officer is going to go back to the English because I don't want to piss them off anymore.
Yeah.
You know, the Huron don't want to piss off the English and don't want them coming knocking on their door. So they're going to give him back. Cora is going to be burnt alive as a sacrifice for Magua's children. And Magua is, yeah.
I hate to kind of say it, but it partially seems a little fair.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the Sachem, man. He did the, what do you call it? The justice,
yeah.
The measuring, the fucking, god damn it.
Lady Justice?
Yeah, where she fucking measures the shit out.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible to, burn people alive and whatnot, but, she is innocent. The worst part is burning someone alive, obviously.
Right.
I mean, the guy's dead. The dad's dead.
Yeah.
Yes, the women are innocent, but there's the part where you're like, I don't know, that kind of seems a little fair. Everyone kind of wins in a way, except for Cora. I know. And Alice, but at least she gets to stay alive. I don't know.
I know, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god.
It is fucked.
Like the Huron, at least portrayed in this. I don't know the history. I'm not trying to say that I know everything. But at least in this, the Huron are portrayed as like very war hungry and very like not the ones you want to piss off.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Nathaniel is like, I am the lion. Oh, but the Sachem even says, like, go in peace, Long Rifle, saying he knows who he is.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel's like, I am Long. Take me for her. Me for her. You tell him, Duncan. Me for her. And Duncan's just, s'il vous plaît, je vais de moi. You know, Duncan is saying, me, an English officer for the girl.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
And it just goes quiet. And Nathaniel's like, did you tell him?
Yeah, because he has no idea what everyone else is saying.
No, he doesn't speak anything but English and Mohican.
And you can really see that with Daniel Day-Lewis. He, legit looks lost. And not like in a bad way. He's just, pretending. But it's like, yeah, he legit looks like he has no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah. So Duncan's like, yes, I told him. And just stares at them. And then that's when the music picks up. And then the dudes bring the girl, give her to Daniel Day. And then they grab Duncan. He goes, I said for me! Me! And he goes, Duncan goes, my compliments, sir, now take her and get out!
Yeah, that's when he really redeems himself.
Yeah.
Sacrificing himself.
Because he really loved her.
He did, yeah.
He did. I think he really loved her. He's not gonna kill himself. He is not gonna fucking... Please. If he did... Well, maybe. I don't know.
Just because I made a couple faces doesn't mean you have to change your mind.
Well, no. Okay. Well, alright. Fine. No.
Stick to your guns, dude.
No. He fucking loved it. Like, he was an ass. Yes. But he didn't know how to really be a lover. He was fucking...
He's a soldier.
Trained soldier.
English.
And
English proper, but I don't know, because for me, I'm gonna put some doubt in there, because he would, if I can remember correctly, in the beginning, when they're at their little private brunch out in the valley, it made it sound more like, oh, things are gonna be better when we're married, you're my wife, and you're gonna do your wifely duties. It's not like I want to be with you. It's like we're gonna get married and we're gonna do what we're supposed to do.
Right. And again, to be argued is the time.
Sure.
Because that's how they were ingrained.
Yeah.
And if he's in his 20s...
He's got to get married.
I don't know. But I just think that sacrifice of him was just honorable as fuck.
Oh,
and
no.
you said it.
Yeah.
You said it was a justifying quality.
Yes.
Or redeeming quality, excuse me.
Yes, King.
Yes. So, Nathaniel goes up and snipes him. He kills... We see him burning in early 90s fashion. Where we don't have, like, the fake flames or anything going up.
Yeah.
It still works. He's,
Nathaniel
screaming and
gives him a quick death.
Yeah,
he's burning alive is going to take some time.
Right.
Especially if they're starting from the feet.
Yeah. And you see him in pain. Like, he's screaming.
Pain.
He's got the fucking black all over his stomach and shit. They painted his face.
Yeah. You could possibly,
he would suffocate.
He would suffocate first.
Yeah, especially how slow that was going.
Yeah.
He probably would have suffocated as slow as they were burning him alive, yeah. Because they were doing it very slow. So he shoots him. You see Alice being taken away by Magua, and that's when Uncas sees her. And Uncas puts his hand on his father's shoulder and takes the fuck off.
That to me definitely shows... Like, he was ahead of everybody because everyone else started to run with him.
Yeah.
And they're getting behind.
Yeah. Uncas
he
was flying in. And as soon as he does, man, I love it when that one guy turns the corner and Uncas fucking butts his ass. And then runs up, shoots the one dude, and then pulls his knife and just fucking fucking slices the dude. He's fighting his fucking way in. And then here comes fucking Magua, man. And then Magua, who not only has experience, is aged a little bit old.
He's seen some things,
He's seen some shit, man. And Magua's coming at him with the fucking tomahawk and a knife. And, like, giving the little fucking the little cuts. Like, doing him in slow. And it's getting really hard for Uncas. You know, you see him deteriorating a little bit. And Alice is like, when we see her, she's like going in and out. She's like, oh my God. Like,
she would like turn away a little bit too. Because
she didn't want to see it,
She didn't want to see it, yeah.
And then finally we get that horrible moment where Uncas goes in for the slice and then fucking Magua fucking grabs it, turns him, and starts carving into his fucking back.
Oh,
and like
almost
literally carving.
He did like a 180 of like carving him.
Yeah, and then dropped him like he was nothing. And was just like, Fuh! And then turns. Alice starts to walk to the edge, looks down, and then looks back and stares at Magua. I love the fucking staring moments in this fucking movie so much. She is staring at him, and then he fucking lowers the knife, raises his hand with the fucking blood on it, and says, come here.
Yeah. Come
to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything to you now. Come to me. And she fucking jumps off the fucking cliff. And even Magua, like his face, to me, is like, she was brave. Like, that's what I get from him.
Huh.
I get that from him. I don't know. I don't know what Wes Studi was fucking thinking at that moment. I don't know. But for me, it was like... Because his face was kind of like, I wonder, why did she do that? You know, it was just very like a, And then there was an I don't care version. What did you think?
I thought it was like, oh, well, I got what I originally wanted.
Yeah, that too.
Like, you think he would... The only part that he would... I hate to say it, would enjoy being married to someone whose bloodline he hates is the fact that he's
just ravaging
her and impregnating her and mixing his seed with her father's seed.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it is fucked. But fucking Nathaniel sees oh my God, and when Chingachgook sees Uncas,
yes,
fucking get, oh my God, that fucking look when he fucking arrives and then just he lets out that fucking scream of pure terror and sad. That's when I start to tear up. Honestly, I start to tear up as soon as fucking dunking starts because of the music. The music starts getting me. That's when the ice cream starts to melt. And I just start to like lose. I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah, when Chingachgook runs up in there. And then when Alice falls, you got fucking Cora freaking out.
Oh yeah, because she saw her sister.
Yeah. Well, Nathaniel and Chingachgook start rolling in. Nathaniel, I love it. He grabs the two muskets and just fires both of them at the same time. Just, bah!
Isn't he also like grabbing whatever he can? To, like...
He's literally picking up their weapons.
Yeah.
He is literally picking up their fucking muskets and using them. And he is dropping all the empties.
Oh, yeah.
Smart. The only thing that I always think of is one of those fuckers have already probably fired one of those, and what'll happen if he just clicks?
Oh, I don't know.
That would have been that was just my thought of, oh fuck, what if that happened?
Yeah.
Because he's just picking them up willy-nilly. He's not even, you know. Well, then Chingachgook, with that weapon is, I fucking can't remember what it is, but it is a...
huge, like, blue thing?
Yeah. It's an actual thing, but it's made of wood. I don't know what his was particularly made of and why it kind of looked like steel to me. But it was a real thing. One of the Huron, the first Huron to beat the shit out of when they were leaving the fort, he had one of those same things. So it's a real weapon that used to be used. But Chingachgook, man, when he starts running up and then Magua turns and, like, does this fluid motion with the fucking... I love that. And, like, he pulls his knife and does, like, a swirl and a twirl and shit. And just
it's
eye
very
contact.
Fluid and easy and light.
Yeah, eye contact. Just fucking staring dead at him. Yeah. Same with Chingachgook. Just fucking dead eyes. And then Magua goes to slice with the fucking axe. Chingachgook does a fucking battle roll like a motherfuck. Gets up and fucking backs his shit up into fucking Magua's back. And Magua gets cut. Turns. Chingachgook breaks his fucking arm. And then Chingachgook does like another turn and then puts his shit right in Magua's chest, and then they just stare at each other. And you see the hate, like, and to me, I don't know, but to me, I kind of saw a little bit of like Magua, like, I just took this man's son. Now, this is just me, I don't know. I just took this man's son. This is exactly what happened, or how I felt with my children. I deserve it. I think that's why they just give each other that fucking stare.
Okay.
Because Magua know, like, this was his son, and I wish I could have done the same for my children. Because that's essentially what he's doing. Yeah. So it's like karma kind of bit him right back in the ass a little bit.
True, yeah.
And then at the end, we get the prayer from Chingachgook.
Yes.
And he doesn't do it he does it in English.
Yeah.
Saying, you know, a warrior flies to you, you know, welcome him. His name is Uncas. He is my son. Tell him to be patient and to wish death swiftly so that I can see him and all of my people again, because I am the last of the Mohicans. Like, fuck. The bloodline of their tribe is gonna fucking end after him, and there is no... Like, Uncas was the only hope.
Yeah.
For the people.
I mean, you would think Last of the Mohicans that Daniel Day-Lewis' character was the last, but he wasn't. He's not Mohican.
And what I love is that they don't try to play him off
I'm glad that they did that.
Yeah. Like, he very much accepts the fact, yeah, I'm white.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was raised this way, and my real parents were fucking killed when I was a baby.
Yeah.
He's my adopted father.
Yes.
But he feels more Native American, but he doesn't call himself a Mohican.
Right.
He calls himself Anglese.
Yes.
Or Yanglese, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's a Yankee.
Yeah.
And he admits it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just said. All right. So I think that was the last of Mohicans.
All right.
So let's roll back over to the handy-dandy Shakespearean epic. Who was the sneaping, rug-headed Fustularian?
I don't know, because the slut...
Oh, I know. Isn't it fun?
I don't know.
I know. Who was the...
Oh.
The biting, nipping, shaggy-headed, fat, frowsy slut.
The fat, frowsy slut.
This is hard because I don't know. I'm not going to give it to Mogwai.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I'll give it to the French.
I was going to say French because if those really were his daughters, then he is a fat, frowsy slut. He's a male slut.
For having his children sing in Latin?
Well, no, because he had a lot of children.
Oh, yeah. He had 8.
Yeah, when two people love each other very much,
yeah,
they get together.
There you go.
And then babies happen.
Yeah. Or is it the gray hair because of the shaggy headed? And he is kind of a slut in the aspect that he's a bitch. And he is wet, slovenly, and muddy because Magua cut out his heart on the ground.
Hey, this is your movie, your call, babe.
Oh, fuck. Contemplators, what do you think?
Yeah.
Jarokk will go with the gray hair.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
No, mutual. It's a tie. The French and the gray hair. It's perfect.
It's a tie.
It works out.
Yes.
Combine them.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Now to the question. Will you watch this film without me?
No.
You know, why?
Okay. So this movie was very, very hard for me to watch.
Uh-huh.
It hardly really kept my attention. But hearing you talk about it makes me really appreciate it more because you taught me things that I didn't know or things that I didn't understand because I just literally couldn't keep attention. Mm-hmm. This movie is not for me, but I appreciate it more now knowing what I know.
Yeah.
With you giving me your knowledge for it.
Oh. Yes.
Or knowledge of it.
Right.
So.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What do you got in store for me?
Well, since you kind of picked your so-called depressed movie, I'm going to go ahead and go with one of mine. I thought about the one that I thought of first I'm going to go with because the second one is a lot. But I want to go with The Duchess with Keira Knightley and Ralph Fiennes.
Oh, I've actually never seen this.
I know. I've watched this a whole lot, and
okay.
I want to watch it with you and get your ideas of what you think about it.
Right on, then.
Yes.
Right you are, Harry.
That's all right.
All right, everybody. You heard it here. Next week, The Duchess.
Yes.
See how that goes. Contemplators, thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful day. You can find us on almost all podcasting platforms. Please leave us a like and a review if you don't mind, people. Those always come a long way.
Yes, thank you to everyone who listens and subscribes. We are all over the World Wide Web. On Twitter, we are movies_pod. On Instagram, we are movies.contemplation_pod. We have an email, movies.contemplation@gmail.com. And we are also on Facebook, Movies and Contemplation Podcast.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week with The Duchess.
Okay, bye.
Bye.